Welcome to Coastline. I'm Suzanne Larson, filling in for my friend Rick Forshner. We're going to talk about Holiday Happenings 2019 on this edition of Coastline. My guest today is Jean Heyduck with the Community Foundation of the Lowcountry. Jean, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Please tell us about Community Foundation of the Lowcountry. I think most people know about your good works, but let's make sure.
Okay, well, Community Foundation of the Lowcountry was established in 1994, so we are celebrating our 25th anniversary this year, which we're really excited about. We're a nonprofit organization, and our mission is really to strengthen the community by connecting people, resources, and needs. So we work very closely with donors to help them practice their philanthropy. They can establish a variety of different kinds of philanthropic funds with us, which provide both tax benefits for them and gives them a chance to really practice meaningful charity throughout the community. We also have scholarships that we administer that help local students attend colleges. We provide grants to nonprofit organizations through a variety of grant programs. And that's probably what we're known for best because there's such a strong nonprofit community here in the Lowcountry. And we offer some initiatives. We're just completing our Project Safe initiative, which was a chance to help. We worked with the Hilton Head Public Service District and the town of Hilton Head to connect low-income homes to public sewer. And that's just wrapping up now. So we do a lot of different things within the community. We convene groups to help solve community problems. Our mission really is to strengthen the community in a variety of different ways.
The year 2018 saw some changes in tax laws for charitable giving, and people need to be a bit more strategic today in their charitable giving. And I know that there are ways they can give to your organization, and they can contact you to find out more specifics. Would you like to add anything to that, Jean?
Sure. With the change in the standard deduction, people do need to be a little more strategic in how they're giving now if they're looking to benefit from a tax advantage of charitable giving. We have a number of ways we can help donors do that, different funds that can be set up. One of the things that donors are doing now is called bundling or bunching, where they can set up a donor advised fund with us and give a larger dollar amount and then distribute that dollar amount throughout several years. So they get the tax benefit in 1 year and can take advantage of the difference in the increased deductions now. Also, if someone is getting distributions from an IRA and they're 70 and a half, that can provide they can roll that IRA donation or distribution, the IRA distribution over and not count it as income. Again, I'm not a tax person, so I would advise someone if they're thinking about doing these things or looking at some strategic ways to give, they talk to their professional advisor, or they can contact our office as well, and we can help with that.
All right, very good. And how do they contact your office?
They can call our number. We are at 843-681-9100, and they can talk to Emmy Rooney. She's our Vice President of Development, and she's very well versed in a lot of these things.
Her name again?
Emmy Rooney.
Emmy Rooney.
Rooney.
Rooney, Emmy Rooney, all right. And you do have a website. I understand you don't have tax information specifically on the website in detail, but people can find out more about your organization at cf-lowcountry.org.
Right.
Again, that's cf-lowcountry.org, the Community Foundation of the Lowcountry. I'd like to know about the giving marketplace. Can you tell me about that?
Sure. Well, with the end of year and a lot of people getting solicitations in the mail, one of the things that you find is there are a lot of scams out there. So it's really important, I think, for people to look into organizations before they decide to donate if they're not familiar with them. And one of the things the Giving Marketplace does, it's an online database that provides a lot of really in-depth information about local nonprofits. And so if you're interested in giving to a specific type of nonprofit, animal welfare or youth development, something like that, you can go to this database and look up the different nonprofits in the area, and it provides information about their governance, it provides financial information, it provides information about the impact they've had, the programs they offer to their clients or what they're doing. And it lets people make a really informed decision about their giving, and especially this time of year when people are thinking a lot about giving.
Yes, and those solicitations are coming heavily into the mailbox every day. And you have a project called the Lowcountry Volunteer Connection. What is that about?
That is a really great way for people who want to volunteer to be matched with an organization that is looking for volunteers. Again, this time of year, a lot of people say, I really want to donate. You know, we want to help another family. We want to do something at a soup kitchen, something like that. And this is an online platform that we use. Again, you can access it through our website, and you can fill out an individual profile for yourself and saying these are the types of things I'm interested in doing, and then nonprofit organizations fill out a profile saying these are the volunteer opportunities we have. And you can either search the database and for opportunities that match what you want to do, or the system can actually match you to an opportunity if you fill out a profile. So we always say it's kind of a match.com for volunteering opportunities. And it's a really great way to get the community involved, especially now when a lot of people are looking for volunteer opportunities during the holidays.
A match.com for volunteer opportunities. All right. Scholarships. You provide scholarships, too.
Yes, scholarships. It is scholarship season right now. We just opened our scholarship application process the middle of October, and it runs through the middle of February for most of our scholarships. We have over 20 scholarships that we administer. These scholarships are all a little bit different. Again, our donors set them up. You know, someone who comes to us and wants to benefit the community and says, I have a real interest in education that's really important to me. How can I help? They can set up a scholarship fund with us. So we have about 25 or 26 different scholarships that donors have set up with us. We do a lot of the administration for those scholarships, and each of them has a different criteria. So there may be, I think there's one scholarship was set up by that's specifically for a university, so the student needs to go to that university. Criteria can be anything from academic achievement to community service. They're all a little bit different, and the students can go to our website and go to our scholarships section, and they can see a listing of all the different scholarships we offer. They can they can do the application process. Probably one of the most exciting scholarships we have is our Crumb Scholarship. And that is actually the largest scholarship award in the area. It was set up by Jim and Marge Crumb. They didn't have any children of their own, and they wanted to benefit local students because they felt education was really important. And this scholarship is based on a number of different things: academic performance, community service, and leadership. And this scholarship awards up to $10,000 a year for a student's education, and not just undergraduate education. It can follow the student all the way through graduate school and professional school. So if somebody goes on to be a physician or a dentist or goes to professional school, that can be up to $10,000 a year. So it's a really terrific scholarship, and all of our scholarships are really good. Some of them are larger than others, but Crumb is the largest by far.
That's unusual. You don't often see scholarships for graduate schools.
No, and some of our scholarships are for technical colleges. I mean, so some of them are for students who are returning. So like I said, they're all a little bit different, and so there's pretty much something for everyone when it comes to scholarships, and now is the time to look into it and start applying.
Now, the Community Foundation of the Lowcountry, what does that encompass? Is that both north and south of the Broad? Does it go all the way up to Charleston or Ridgeland, Jasper? Tell us about your coverage area.
We cover 4 counties. We cover Beaufort, Jasper, Hampton, and Colleton counties. The majority of our work is really in Beaufort County, but we also extend. We have a women's giving circle in Hampton County called Pearls. And we do a lot of work in Jasper County as well, not so much in Colleton. The most work we've done in Colleton really revolved around the when Matthew hit. We have a disaster recovery and rebuilding fund, and we awarded some grants to organizations in Colleton County to help with recovery and rebuilding from Matthew. But the majority of our grants and scholarships are for Jasper and Beaufort County.
So Jean Heyduck, just to recap, the year-end giving, time to think about your charitable donations, the giving marketplace where people can visit your website and view different giving opportunities, and the Lowcountry Volunteer Connection. If you have time, you'd like to give your time, be of service, people can contact your organization and find out where you might be needed and placed. Scholarships, opportunities for undergrad and graduate students. And once again, your website is cf-lowcountry.org. Again, Jean Heyduck, thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back.
Ho, ho, ho. This is Santa, and you're watching the County Channel.
Every person leaves an imprint on this world. What will your legacy be? For 25 years, Community Foundation of the Lowcountry has provided people just like you with the philanthropic tools to make a meaningful difference in your neighborhood, your community, your region, and your world. Leave your mark. Community Foundation of the Lowcountry, strengthening community by connecting people, resources, and needs.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Coastline and our Holiday Happenings 2019 edition. I'm very happy to welcome Blakely Williams, President and CEO of the Beaufort Regional Chamber of Commerce. All right.
So happy to be here. Thank you.
Oh, well, you're welcome. Blakely is bringing awareness to all the great things our community has to offer this holiday season. So I'm going to let you begin. You've got a lot to talk about.
I know, because we live in such an amazing place. It is such a fun time that we want to encourage everybody to get their calendars out and to support their friends and neighbors during this busy, happy season. Well, we can kick things off with the Veterans Day Parade. Let's just jump right into November and know that Beaufort is one of America's most patriotic towns in America. And so it's no surprise that we're going to be shutting down Bay Street and Carteret Street and Boundary Street to celebrate the veterans. That'll go at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it will end with a ceremony at Waterfront Park. So it's such a special way to acknowledge those that have served this great country so many ways.
You're right about Beaufort being one of the most patriotic. We do have a large community of veterans and active duty. And is school going to be out for Veterans Day this year?
That's a good question. I know a bunch of schools have different schedules. You should check yours. Hurricane Dorian changed a lot of schedules.
Oh, I see.
But November 11th is a day that we all set aside to acknowledge and thank those that have served this country. And I hope you'll join us downtown.
Yes, and it'll be along the usual parade route?
That's right.
All right. What else is happening?
Well, with November comes Thanksgiving, but it also comes Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, and Giving Tuesday. So what a new holiday tradition we've all adopted. One of the things that the Chamber is going to be promoting is Small Business Saturday. It's a great opportunity for all of us to remember that when you are making purchasing decisions, when you're buying your holiday gifts, when you're out trying to decide what to get your niece or nephew for Christmas, know that it matters to your friends and neighbors. These small business owners are curating the best and most unique gifts that they can find. The stores are going to be decked out. There's going to be holiday displays. It'll get you in the season, but it's really important that we remember to support our friends and neighbors in the small business.
All right, okay. And what else?
Well, have you ever been to Night on the Town?
Of course.
What good Beaufortonian hasn't? Beaufort shuts down Bay Street and really knows how to throw a holiday party, don't they?
Oh, that's for sure, yes.
It'll be Friday, December 6th. It's the first Friday in December, which means our merchants are also going to be celebrating that first Friday and Night on the Town. Traffic will be closed, but the stores will be wide open. There'll be music and performances. There will be Santa Claus. It's a wonderful, happy, happy night.
Oh, great. Okay. And then I think the next day, Saturday.
That's right.
There's stuff happening, too.
That's right. This December 7th, the Light Up the Night Boat Parade. It's one of my children's favorite things to do is to go downtown to the waterfront, to be in the Henry C. Chambers Waterfront Park at dusk and watch it turn into lit sailboats and really decorated boats, and hot chocolate is enjoyed by all, and just a really good family-friendly night.
And I understand that there's going to be a taste of Gullah at Waterfront Park that night.
5:30 to 8:30.
There will be vendors with food, so if you want to see the boat parade and you want a bite to eat before then, you can do that.
We can meet all those needs.
Mm-hmm. And then that Friday night, too, following Night on the Town, there's a performance at the university.
Yes. Gullah Christmas.
Gullah Christmas, a musical.
Aunt Pearlie Sue.
Don't want to miss that.
Oh, she never disappoints, does she?
No, never, never. So what else? What else is going on?
Yeah, speaking of parades, if you don't get your fill at Veterans Day, save December 8th. Save the afternoon at 3 o'clock for the parade route again. But that is the traditional Christmas parade. It ends with Santa and starts with the Paris Island Marine Band. Does it get any better than that?
No, no, it really doesn't. Well, Blakely, the Beaufort Regional Chamber of Commerce, tell us what your service area is. Is it mainly the city of Beaufort and Port Royal?
That's a great question. About 75% of our active member businesses are in northern Beaufort County. And then 25% of our membership is people that are outside of that geographic boundary but benefit from doing business in the Beaufort region. Mm-hmm. So we are friends and partners with lots and lots of organizations and lots of chambers. But that's where our primary focus is northern Beaufort County.
Now, how can we find out about all of the activities in our community?
Sure. We'll have a lot of these great opportunities, the times, the dates, the location at BeaufortChamber.org. BeaufortChamber.org.
Okay. Well, that's where we'll go for that information. Now, you've got a lot of notes there, I see, on your pad. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Yes, I wanted to make sure that you have Port Royal's parade on your calendar.
Oh.
It is awesome. It is a golf cart parade, and they deck them out. It is
how fun.
Competition for the most creative and the best ones. It's super fun. It's Saturday, December 14th. So save that date if you're in the parade mood. Also, this year, this is the second year, but the Beaufort Community Nutcracker is going to be produced by all these local dancers. Friday, December 13th at 7 o'clock at the USCB Center for the Arts, and another show at 3 o'clock p.m. on Saturday. And it is just one of those timeless Christmas traditions of seeing that ballet.
So it'll be local people performing?
Yes, but really well done, really well done. We can't wait.
Okay.
And then don't forget, during this busy season, there's so many that are in need. So many of our friends and partners, the United Way, the Salvation Army, CAPA, the Child Abuse Prevention Association. We'll be doing toy drives, we'll be doing drop-offs, we'll be doing canned goods, we'll be ringing the bell, we'll be doing angel trees. There's so many that still need our love and support, and we hope that you'll encourage and support those organizations that help firsthand.
Okay. A busy time in Beaufort.
That's right.
You've been with the Chamber for quite a while.
Yes, 12 years.
Oh my goodness.
Happy days.
You don't look old enough
I know.
to have been with it for,
Clearly.
for 12 years, and you've seen a lot of growth.
Yes, and Beaufort's best days are right in front of us. We feel like this is an amazing time for this community, that we have the most beautiful environment in the entire world, and with something very special that we work every day to appreciate and to protect. But then we also have this really vibrant economy and this really cool culinary scene and a really cool hospitality scene. We have an amazing place that we all get to live and to work and to play, and we think that's pretty cool at my office.
All right. Well, we have a few minutes left. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, I think there's a couple more dates I'd throw out there. One is the Festival of Trees, our friends at the Friends of Caroline Hospice. Have you ever been to their gala?
Oh, yes.
I love seeing the trees. I love seeing all the specially decorated trees. It's a great way that if you don't want to decorate at home, you can take one with you, and you can pick your favorite. It's a beautiful weekend of celebration.
They are for sale, and each one is unique.
Yes.
And do they still have the competition? Will they be doing that again this year?
Yes. It's going to be super cool. The Paris Island Marine Band goes out into the community. They'll be at Battery Creek High School, and they have a special holiday medley that they'd love to share with the community. It's free, and it's a great way to get in the Christmas spirit. And then Wreaths Across America, a little bit more somber note to end on, but it's a great way that you can see the Beaufort National Cemetery. In every grave will have a special Christmas holiday wreath, and it's one of those special things that the Chamber supports in order to acknowledge those that have given the ultimate sacrifice.
Well, not everyone at Christmas feels jolly and jovial. You know, I think sometimes during the Christmas season, people can feel kind of sad. And when you give and give back and participate in some of the events that help those less fortunate or the cemetery, it adds meaning and alleviates some of that stress of the holidays and some of that occasional melancholy.
It's such a depth in that.
But I'm looking forward to Night on the Town and caroling, Taste of Gullah, the parades, everything will be a lot of fun.
I know. What a very special time. It's also really, really busy at the retail stores, so don't forget your friends and neighbors. We'd love to encourage everybody to shop small and shop local this holiday season, too.
Okay, so Black Friday.
Yes.
I'm sure there will be some bargains.
Some good deals for some good shoppers.
We all love that.
And then Small Business Saturday. So just keep it going all weekend long. Do you know our friends at the Catholic Church are doing something special this year? They're going to do something called Home for the Holidays, and it is right before Thanksgiving. It's the weekend before. But they have a chance to go into 7 different downtown homes that are professionally decorated by local interior designers. It is one of my favorite ways to get into the holiday season a little bit early. So in that first weekend in November, November 22nd, I believe. And then Home for the Holidays. You can get in the mood before Thanksgiving even comes.
Oh, well, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes.
And the legislative luncheon
Yes.
is coming up.
It's in January 27th of 2020. This year we're going to be at the Beaufort Holiday Inn on Boundary Street, and we're so excited for this luncheon. It is such a way for us to get the business community together to talk with elected officials about what is going on in their businesses and how can things that happen in Washington, D.C. and Columbia, South Carolina, and even here locally at local politics, how it impacts their business. This year, we're going to feature a keynote speaker with Congressman Joe Cunningham. We also will have a panel discussion where the business community will have access to our elected officials through Q&A. So our senators and our representatives at the State House are going to be talking about what they want to accomplish in the General Assembly in 2020. I love this event, and I hope that you'll be with us.
Thank you. I believe that the County Channel will be broadcasting the legislative luncheon as well.
That's right. So if you can't be with us in person, you can get all the meat and potatoes at home.
Yes. And you're going to be able to give an economic forecast coming up.
That's right. We have a day set aside. We're going to be at the Center for the Arts. It's in partnership with USCB. Downtown on Carteret Street, we have a national economist that's going to come in and talk on November the 14th. And they're going to give an overview about what to expect in 2020 from a national level. He's going to break it down for some South Carolina statistics and then going to drill down even further. And we're going to talk about what's going to go on in the Beaufort community, the Beaufort economy in 2020. We also are going to give a heartbeat. We're going to give a key performance indicator, a scorecard, if you will, about how we think that the statistics that we're monitoring are going. How are real estate sales going? How are tourism statistics going? What is our military civilian impact? What is the military economic impact? How many graduations are there and how many people are graduating each year from Parris Island? So we're going to get all that information in one forum, and it'll be at 10 o'clock in the morning on November the 14th.
It's very important.
It really is.
Important information.
This forecast, it's kind of like if you're going to be in business in 2020, you might want to know what the forecast is going to be. So we hope you'll join us for that.
Absolutely. Anything else you'd like to add before we close?
No, happy holidays, Suzanne. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you. Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
You too.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back. I'm here with Charlie Clark, Vice President of Communications with the Hilton Head Island Bluffton Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, Charlie, for being here with us today.
It is so great to be here. Thanks for having us.
And we're continuing our conversation about Holiday Happenings 2019. I know there's a lot going on Hilton Head, but first, for those at home who don't know you, let's get to know you just a little bit.
Sure.
How long have you been with the Chamber?
I have been with the Chamber 18 years. 18 years that I've been there. As soon as I moved to this area, that's the job I wanted, and that's the one that I ended up getting, so I love it.
Well, good, good. And where are you from originally?
I have been around the block, Suzanne. I have originally from New Orleans, born in New Orleans, raised in Houston, Texas, spent some time in Los Angeles, Detroit, Wyoming, of all places, which is where we moved here from, and then to Hilton Head Island. I've been here ever since. Just fell in love with it.
And you've had a very interesting background working in Los Angeles and in the entertainment industry, doing public relations, also with big hospital corporations. So we're fortunate to have you here in the Lowcountry.
It's great to be in the Lowcountry. As the saying goes, I'm not from Hilton Head Island, but I got here as quickly as I could. The Lowcountry's spectacular. Very often you move for a job or you move for a family, but very rarely do you just move by location for geography. And we just fell in love with this area and decided to chuck it all and move to Hilton Head Island. And my only regret is that I didn't do it sooner. So yeah, it's a fabulous place to call home, raise a family.
Well, great, great. Yeah. Well, there's a lot to do for families, for singles, for everybody during the holidays on Hilton Head. And I'd like for you to tell us about that.
Yeah, there is. What's so interesting is that a lot of people like to say we love our visitors. That's why we have these fabulous amenities, throughout the Lowcountry and over 200 restaurants and all those great things we get to enjoy. But it's kind of nice when this season hits and we sort of get the island back a little bit and can enjoy it as residents. All the things that visitors are enjoying throughout the year, we get the benefit of that. And there's so many great holiday events going on, some new events happening, which we're pretty excited about. We have what we're really excited about coming up first part of November is a lantern parade. If you've ever seen
lantern parade?
A lantern parade. It is the first time that we are going to be doing this on Hilton Head Island. It's the town of Hilton Head, actually, their cultural affairs office that'll be doing this, Culture HHI. And we've never done it in our area, and people are getting so excited about this. There have been lantern classes and learn how to make your lantern, and they're done around the country, but they're very creative. People get creative with the lanterns, and then they get released all together at one time. And it's a pretty spectacular sight. So we're looking forward to that.
People make their own lanterns?
People make their own lanterns, and then they're released all at one time together. And they are, like I said, so creative. You can make a spider. People get incredibly creative with these lanterns. And so we're thrilled to have this event coming for the holiday season. And I'm sure there'll be more than a few holiday-type lanterns going up, too. So.
Now, do you release them in the air or on the water? Or?
Release them into the air. They're lit. Obviously, they light. Oh. And like I said, there's classes all over Bluffton and Hilton Head on how to make your lantern. And so people are getting really into it. It's a very creative outlet, and it's going to be a fun thing to see.
Will there be prizes for the most exciting lantern?
I think there should be prizes for the most exciting lantern, don't you? I mean, if you're going to go to all that trouble to do it and just have fun with it. So they've got a lot of neat things in store for that event. It's the first inaugural year that it has ever happened. And Jen McEwen, who heads up the Office of Cultural Affairs on Hilton Head Island, she's the one spearheading the effort. And so we're really looking forward to it.
So if people want to participate, is it too late?
It is not too late to participate. Get on board. It is not too late at all. And if you just go to hiltonheadblufftonchamber.org, and the Connect calendar there has all the information you need about the events.
hiltonheadblufftonchamber.org.
Yep, one easy nonstop place. Mobile friendly too, so as you all know, we're doing everything in our hand these days. So great place to find out what's happening for the holidays or just for the weekend, whatever the case may be.
Well, what else is going on?
You know, when we roll into the season, it's one of my favorite seasons, actually. It's just, especially when you look at kind of the holiday happenings with, whether it be, you know, the Bluffton Christmas Parade is a long-standing tradition that's happening the first part of December, and with the tree lighting at Du Bois Park, and followed by the next day on Saturday, the Bluffton Christmas Parade. Have you ever been to that parade? Have you ever been at Bluffton Christmas Parade?
Yes, it's been years though. Yes.
It's a pretty eclectic mix.
Yes, it is. Nothing like it.
Nothing like it. You know, Bluffton always likes to talk about the Bluffton state of mind. And this parade reflects that and then some. So it's just a great family outing. People really look forward to it every year, and to see what's new and interesting coming down the street for the holidays. So I think, was it a few years ago, we were there and people had backpacks with hot cocoa. They would just come around. They had backpack servers of cocoa as you were along the parade route. So just a really, really fun event. And as you know, it's this time of year in the Lowcountry. There's no shortage of oyster roasts, our favorite thing, right? Outdoors with our Lowcountry seafood. So those are very popular. And there's one particular that happens in the fall on Hilton Head Island. That's put on by the Island Rec Center as a fundraiser for them. So it's really great to get out there and do what we love to do with those oysters and help fund some scholarships at the same time.
Oh, good. Yes, scholarships for memberships to the rec center?
Yeah, for kids who maybe can't afford to pay the soccer fee or the uniform fee or whatever that may be. It's a great way to make that happen. The Island Rec Center just underwent a huge renovation this past year, and it's just an amazing place for families, for the community to come together. And speaking of the community that comes together, you know, there's a long-standing tradition on Hilton Head Island, and that's our annual Hilton Head Island Thanksgiving dinner at Hudson's every year. Oh. And it's just such a great gathering. If people are visiting from out of town, which people often are on Hilton Head Island, if you don't have family around, it's just over the years become a gathering of community and family, all volunteer run. The Carmine's family with Hudson's is part of that and puts it together. And it's just a really great holiday tradition. Happens right around the time of the Turkey Trot. The Turkey Trot is a great 5K race that's become really popular over the years. So that's something that people really love to participate in for that holiday.
I like that name, the Turkey Trot.
I like eating the turkey. That's my favorite part of the trot. So,
do people need to make reservations for the dinner?
They do, and you know, believe it or not, the volunteer roster fills up too. You'll get a seating time, but if you want to volunteer, you need to get on the list now, because it's just such a neat to see that I know when we first moved here, we wanted to volunteer for that, and they said, well, we're so sorry, we're full. You know, we're full of volunteers. We have enough. We have more than enough volunteers, and hats off to the Carmine's family for putting that together and all that they do, using Hudson's kitchens, and it's at Hudson's. It's a labor of love for the community.
Now, can we find out about reservations at the Chamber website?
Yep, it's all there. That's what's so great about the Connect calendar at HiltonHead-BlufftonChamber.org, because it does have everything. You know, it has a little bit of everything, and you can just click through the links, click for registration, tickets for a lot of things. So it's just a really easy place to find what you're looking for the holiday season.
Well, with the Hilton Head-Bluffton Chamber of Commerce, what is your service area exactly?
You know, we serve the entire Lowcountry, and really, when you get down to it, we serve the entire region. As we like to say, we're the Hilton Head-Bluffton Chamber, and business doesn't stop at the bridge. And that includes this bridge, includes the Broad River as well, the Broad River Bridge. So we look at things from a regional perspective. You know, as we all know, this area, Beaufort, Bluffton, Hilton Head, it's the 23rd fastest growing area in North America right now, according to MSN. So there's a lot of growth. There's a lot of things happening. So of course, from a business perspective, that's important, but also from a tourism perspective. You know, we are the Visitor and Convention Bureau and a chamber combined. So we're responsible for the marketing efforts on behalf of Hilton Head Island and Bluffton, and for unincorporated Beaufort County. So bringing visitors who, as you know, that's such an important thing for us in terms of the tax lift, the taxes and the thing that visitors pay for, like beach renourishment. You know, we don't pay for beach renourishment because our visitors pay for that. Our visitors actually pay for all the marketing as well, and for our nonprofits, for events like that you see happening during the holidays and through our nonprofits throughout the year. those are made possible by tourism dollars. So it's an important aspect of who we are.
Yes. Well, anything else going on?
I think one of the neatest events we've got going on this year is brand new as well, and it's really looking at the holidays. It's the historic holidays on Hilton Head Island, looking at it from a Gullah perspective. How great is that?
Oh.
So the history and traditions and culture, the Gullah culture, are coming together this year for a holiday effort, and just some neat things like I know they're going to be doing, for example, a holiday reading of the night before Christmas in Gullah.
Oh.
So it's a great way to kind of understand the Gullah traditions and participate. There will be trolley rides. There will be just so many events happening with that. So we're really looking forward to that one. That one's happening first part of December 6th through the 9th.
Who will be doing the reading? Do you know?
I don't, but I can't wait to see. I'm definitely going to be part of that event. And obviously, you know, when you can't have a holiday festival without food, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so there'll be plenty of that to go around as well.
We like that.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to that one. It's just so great to tell. It's such a rich history. And people often forget that Hilton Head Island has that rich history when it comes to Gullah culture as well.
Yes,
So
Mitchellville and
yeah, so many things happening there in that arena. So this is just a way to shine the spotlight on that with some holiday traditions. And I'm looking forward to seeing how holidays are Gullah style.
Wow, that is new and different.
Yeah.
Well, Charlie, is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, just take it on into the new year, right? As everybody knows, we do that great golf ball drop for the New Year's. We ring in the holiday. New York may have theirs in Times Square, but at the Harbortown Lighthouse, they lower a golf ball every year. A giant golf ball comes down to ring in the holiday. So ring in the new year. So that's a fun one too.
Well, that is very original.
It is. It is. Yes.
Well, Charlie Clark, it has been a pleasure to talk with you, and I thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Okay. And happy holidays to everybody at home.
The County Channel is also available on video on demand. Go to BeaufortCountySC.gov, scroll down to Public Meetings, click Watch Now, and then click the Video on Demand button and select your program from the list.
Call the meeting to order.
If you'd like a DVD of this program, click on the link on the right and fill out the order form. And thank you for watching the County Channel.
Thanks to your generosity, Marines have delivered Christmas to children in need since 1947.
This is the salt marsh, one of the most beautiful and productive habitats on Earth. It's home to an incredible diversity of marine invertebrates, fish, and even reptile species like this diamondback terrapin. Many of the animals that live here grow up in the Spartina nursery before they move into the rivers, sounds, and open ocean. Join us for Coastal Kingdom, a field trip through the Lowcountry and a chance to meet some of the animals that live here.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
Winter is a great time for stargazing. Skies are generally clear, and during this time of year, we're looking into an area in our galaxy where there are not quite as many stars, so visibility is better. It also gets dark pretty early, so you don't have to stay out late to have the opportunity to stargaze. And since we're in the Lowcountry, rarely does it get too cold to be outdoors. The highlight of the winter sky is the winter hexagon, a series of 6 bright stars in 6 different constellations that make up a rough hexagon shape in the sky. You can start from a familiar constellation, Orion, and star hop to all of the other stars and other constellations. So we're going to start with Orion. Do you guys know how to find Orion? No? Okay. Well, it's a pretty familiar constellation. A lot of people can find it because there's 3 stars in his belt. So you guys see his belt up there? Okay, so you just start with Orion's belt. And we're going to find all the other 6 stars by starting from Orion. So we see his belt, and then up at the top is his shoulder. That one looks kind of reddish. That one's called Betelgeuse. And down at the bottom corner is Rigel. Rigel is the star that's in the winter hexagon. That marks his knee. So if we go to Orion, we can actually follow his belt up and away, and you're going to come to another reddish looking star. That one's called Aldebaran. And you see sort of a V shape. Okay, so that marks the face of Taurus the bull. In Taurus the bull, you basically see that V shape for his face, and you can follow his horns up and away. And the only part of the rest of the bull that we see is this little cluster of stars over here. It marks his shoulder. And those are called the Pleiades, or the 7 sisters, if you've ever heard of those constellations. Through binoculars, it looks almost like a little tiny miniature Dipper constellation. So Orion's up there with the bull, and then if we take his belt again and we follow it down towards the horizon, you find another really bright star. That one is called Sirius, and Sirius is the brightest star that we can see in the sky. It's only 8.5 light years away, which in astronomy terms is pretty close. And Sirius marks Canis Major, which basically means the big dog. And then we're going to find Canis Minor, the little dog. So if we use Sirius and we use Betelgeuse, which marks Orion's shoulder, and you make a triangle, you find another bright star over to the left. That one is called Procyon, and that marks Canis Minor, the little dog. And that one's actually kind of a stretch. There's only 2 stars. So you have to be imaginative when you think of that one representing a dog. Okay, so we found 4 of the constellations that are part of the winter hexagon. And those 4 are actually depicted in the sky together. So you've got Orion, who was a great hunter, with his 2 hunting dogs, Canis Major and Canis Minor, and then he is hunting Taurus the bull. And Taurus the bull in Greek mythology, one of the stories, that reason why we see only half of him is because it was Zeus taking on the form of a bull because he fell in love with a princess who lived on an island, and he went to go abduct her, and he's swimming. So since he's in the water, only half of his body is sticking out, and we only see the top half. Okay, so to find the other couple constellations, we're actually going to go back to Orion, and we're just going to draw a line straight up the middle, sort of in between his shoulders and his feet, up and away, and you are going to come to a star called Capella, and that one is in Auriga. Now, those names don't make a lot of sense, but Auriga is the charioteer, so it's a tribute to the creator of the chariot, and Capella actually means the she-goat. Doesn't make a lot of sense either, but see the 3 little stars that make a triangle down there by Capella? Okay, those are called the kids. So she's a goat, she would have kids. Okay, and so the last one is actually Gemini, the twins. So you go back to Orion and find Rigel, which marks his knee, and go through Betelgeuse, which marks his shoulder, and draw a line over, and you actually see 2 stars. So there's 2 stars side by side. Those are Castor and Pollux. And Castor and Pollux were the 2 Gemini twins. And those actually you can see pretty well, little stick figures. There's 2 guys standing with their arms around one another and their little triangle legs coming out in the bottom. And Castor and Pollux are an interesting story. In Greek mythology, they were twins, but they also had a triplet sister, all with different fathers, a mortal mother, and Castor was immortal and Pollux was mortal. And when Pollux was killed in battle, because they were Argonauts, his brother asked to share his immortality, and Zeus cast them both into the sky as a constellation so that they could be together forever. So if we go back, we can see Rigel and Orion, and you can see Aldebaran and Taurus, and Arija and Capella, and Castor and Pollux and Gemini, and Procyon, and then Sirius, and that makes 6 stars that make up basically a hexagon shape. Once you learn to find the stars and the constellations of the winter hexagon, you know almost half the night sky. Winter is a great time to start stargazing because you can start from a familiar constellation, which will point the way to the other constellations of the winter hexagon. Next time the temperatures turn cooler, the salt marsh cordgrass becomes brown, and the deciduous trees drop their leaves, head out to spend some time under the night sky.
Beaufort County would like to take this opportunity to remind you that fireworks of any kind, including sparklers, are illegal and can be unsafe. Fireworks can pose a real threat to public safety. Recent dry weather makes them especially dangerous. Don't set them off yourself. It's not safe, and you could face some severe penalties. We want you to enjoy your New Year's celebrations by watching any of the fireworks that may be sponsored locally. But be careful and have a safe and happy New Year's.
Happy holidays from the Beaufort County Safety Education Team. You know, with the holidays upon us, we're going to do a lot of cooking, and we're so grateful for that. We love to bring the families together. However, we'd like to ask you to take just a moment throughout your entire schedule to think about safety. We want to make sure that you and your family are safe and don't have to call us. Cooking remains the #1 cause of fire in America today, so we want the residents of Beaufort County to be safe when they do that. Even firefighters use water to put out fire, but never do we use it on a stovetop. The oils and greases that we cook with can actually be spread and thus take the fire with it when you use water to try and put these fires out. Make sure you've got a pan top close by to put on top of a burning pan. Make sure your fire extinguisher is close by. Whatever you have planned for this holiday season, the Beaufort County Fire Service wants to make sure that you're safe. Stop by your local fire department. We're more than glad to help you in any way that we can.
Jeff Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Well, thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever found yourself burning yard debris and then walking away, well, you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Beaufort County began the Adopt a Highway program in 1988, It was actually established as a pilot program, and since then it's expanded to 46 counties around the state. So we were the first one in the state to utilize the Adopt a Highway program. The minimum requirement to be an official Adopt a Highway program is 4 litter pickups a year. But we have such great volunteer groups that many of them choose to conduct monthly pickups because they realize that litter is like a domino effect. Once it starts to pile up, it just continues to increase and increase. So they want to stop the litter pileups and know that if they don't get out there within a reasonable amount of time, it will just continue to grow and grow and grow. So I would say that 1/3 of our groups go out monthly. Probably the rest of the groups go out 4 to 6 times a year. We provide all the supplies needed for the Adopt a Highway program. Between DOT and the county, we provide the orange litter bags that say Adopt a Highway. We provide orange vests, we provide the gloves, and we provide grabbers. We also provide litter pickup ahead signs, and then there's a safety DVD video that we offer to all the groups picking up. So we try to cover all the gambits of everything a volunteer would need to pick up for an Adopt a Highway. First of all, the groups select an area that they'd like to adopt, and that needs to be a 2-mile area. And then the volunteers all sign a formal agreement, and that is a 2-year commitment. And once that's then sent to the Department of Transportation, and once they approve it and the group conducts a litter pickup, they will then order a sign in recognition of the group. And so they do need a 2-year commitment to be able to give that kind of exposure and thank you for a group to have an Adopt a Highway sign, which most of our groups really appreciate. We're always adding new groups, and then some groups are also dropping off, but I would say our numbers are increasing. I think that people are realizing that litter is such a critical problem and that the state and the local governments don't have the resources to pick up litter. So they are now, they're taking action and responsibility for cleaning up for keeping our community clean. And so we are adding groups, and we just have a wonderful group of environmental stewards in our counties. There are groups that have been with us from 1988. They just realize the impact if they don't pick it up. For instance, within this last year, we picked up, our volunteers donated 4,000 hours, and just within the last year, they picked up 80,000 pounds of litter. So you can imagine over the last 20 years, if that had not happened, how much litter would be piled up on the road. Most of our cleanups take place early in the morning, so that's why it's so critical that people realize these Adopt a Highway programs play such an important part in keeping our community clean, because they're usually out there early in the morning and people don't see them. The positive impact of the volunteer work through our volunteers, it increases economics on many levels. So volunteers together to address the problem of litter in a viable way to benefit all of the residents of Beaufort County.
Once the holidays are over, remember to grind the greens.
And when you go shopping, take your own reusable bag.
Buy recycled content cards and wrapping paper.
Or just use the Sunday comics.
Happy holidays!